Hey everyone. So, as you guys know, I'm really into birth, and I've been reflecting a lot on my faith and what it means to me. And I think a lot of the mysteries of birth is reflected in my faith. And one of the things I've been thinking about is how our society views people as blank slates when we're born, and I just can't accept that, because if that were true, Mother Mary wouldn't have needed to be a virgin. She wouldn't have needed to be the Immaculate Conception. It wouldn't have mattered. He could have chosen anyone to carry, the baby. It wouldn't have mattered. And he could have chosen any time in history to have his son. He could have been born today in a hospital. But it wasn't to be. It was to be then in a barn. So I really want to take a second and think about those two little things. What does it mean? Are we really blank slates from birth? Does it not matter what happened before the pregnancy, how we were conceived, how we were treated, how we felt during pregnancy? Does it really not matter? Are we really blank slates? Because see, if we believe that we are temples of the Holy Spirit, does it not matter how we treat our bodies? Does it not matter how the bodies, the souls, the soul, what is holding the soul of our children? Does it not matter what happens during gestation? Does it not matter how that soul is born into the world? I think it does. And I think it has lifelong effects. Because when we try to control things, things go wrong. There are lifelong spiritual consequences to what we do to our bodies. So, I know that's a really hard thing for some people to hear. And I understand that. And I understand that there are certain things that happen during pregnancy and birth that require help from a medical system. But I would like you to do a thought experiment as to what would happen if you just let it be done according to His will, and you took a step back and let this miracle unfold naturally. There's nothing wrong with seeking help if you need it. Not at all. But what would happen if you, from the beginning, believed that it would be okay? I heard this quote recently, and the quote was by Ina May Gaskin, which I realize she is a controversial figure, but it was a good thought. The thought was, we are the only species that can doubt its ability to birth. We're the only species that can doubt its ability to birth. I want you to think about that. What is doubt from? It's not from God. Doubt, fear, those things don't come from God. If you feel that, or if somebody else makes you feel that way, run. Run as fast as you can. And I've got to go see what's going on with my kids because they're screaming. Those are my thoughts for the day. And I want you to really sit with that. Pray about it. Think about it. Birth is the coming of a soul into the world. If we want to change the world, we have to start at the beginning. And the beginning is not just birth. The beginning is at conception. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have the story. We wouldn't have the story of how Mary Now the angel Gabriel came to Mary, it wouldn't have been important. It wouldn't have been important if it wasn't. To tell us that, you know. So stop. Pause. Pray. If we want to change the world, it's got to start at conception. It's got to start before conception. It's got to start with the souls of the mother and the father. The bonding that's between them. The intention to bring that child into love. Anyway, this video turned out a little bit longer than I intended, but I hope you take some time to think about it. Have a good day.